The boys. We got one game left to break down, and it is the Sunday night football banger. Let's get right into it. We have the Packers taking on the Seahawks. Injury report from the Packers. We all know Luke Musgrave is on the IR, and then they have a bunch of guys who are on the true questionable list. Romeo Dubes, Javon Bullard, Rasheed Walker, and Evan Williams. Tons of guys on the questionable list. On the other side, a lot more important guys on the questionable list. DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, two guys that have not practiced this week. JD, we haven't started with you yet. What do you like in this game?
You know, guys, here we go one more time. I've been waiting to fade this actual Packers team, and here we go. We have the spot here. This actual Seahawks team's been playing very well, but more importantly, the Seahawks defense has been playing extremely well. The Packers, they've actually faced a top 10 defense twice this season. And they have lost both of those games. The Packers, they also played the actual Lions their last game. And it's really weird. But if you look back at whoever plays the actual Lions, and whenever they lose to the Lions, their next game, they do not play well. It is it's a very weird trend, but yeah, they just don't, so this is a game where, as far as Geno, do I fully trust him? As everybody knows, no, I actually don't. But to me, this is just a great Seahawks spot and a great Seahawks number here. As far as the model, I actually have the Seahawks. I mean, favored but barely favored. It's like by 0.9. So for me, as far as the Seahawks +3, I actually did miss that. So I'm going to wait on this to see if that gets back up to 3.
It should.
If it does, then that's going to be another big play for me. But as far as right now, give me the Seahawks and give me them on the money line at actually a +126.
There we go. I disagree. However, I am on the other side. I am literally taking the exact opposite of your play. I'm on the Packers money line here, guys. I do think they are able to get it done. I do feel that this Seahawks team is a bit fugazi. And does anybody kind of disagree with that? I mean, I know they're in first place of the NFC West right now due to they're tied in the win column with the Rams, but the Seattle does have one less loss than the Rams, so they are technically ahead right now. But to me, I do see the Rams winning the NFC West. I do think they are going to be able to get through on that, and I do think they will surpass Seattle. I'm not sold on the Seattle team. I know everybody says they're at home. They're the 12th man. They have all that extra yada, yada, yada when they're home. They're 3-4 this year at home. So that 12th man thing has not really been happening this year for this team, and I just don't trust Geno. He started the year pretty well. He had a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio. That's gotten worse. It's now 14 touchdowns on the year to 12 interceptions. He's creating a ton of turnovers. And when you take a look at the injury report, Kenneth Walker has not practiced once this week. And to me, as a running back, that means he's not going to be able to go. And to me, that's an absolutely massive loss. I know they have Zach Charbonnet, but I do think Kenny Walker is the big back for them that they need. And with DK Metcalf being banged up as well, and with the Packers have a pretty decent secondary, they have McKinney back there, they have Jair Alexander. I expect this Packers team to match up well and to be able to get the W. Give me the Packers on the money line at a -145. Ben, what you got?
Yeah, I agree with Alpha there. I'm on the Packers -2.5 as well. We've seen the Seahawks. I'm glad you brought up Geno Smith's regression a little bit because he was leading the NFL. Now, he's still second in passing yards, but he was leading the NFL for a while. And now he's had a lot of kind of so-so performances that the Seahawks have eked out, but it's not like they're playing killer teams. Cardinals twice, Jets once, the Niners, the injury report Niners, took the Rams to OT and lost that game. It seems like they're losing their big games and kind of beating up on their mid-sized opponents. Not all those teams are bad that I listed, but none of them were truly great, like I believe the Packers are. And the Packers have had the unfortunate, curse of being in the NFC North this year because 3 of their 4 losses are to the Vikings and the Lions. I mean, you look at their schedule this year; they're 9-4. Their 4 losses. 2 to the 12-1 Lions, 1 to the 11-2 Eagles, and 1 to the 11-2 Vikings. They haven't lost to a team that that's bad. So it's like they've been beating up on the opponents they should beat up on. They've been winning when they're favored. They've been playing well as favorites, and by the metrics, they're a top 10 team on both sides of the ball. I just believe they're a truly more balanced and better team. And then Alpha brought up a little bit there, but the Seahawks with that injury report, Kenneth Walker still a true questionable. And then DK Metcalf, limited at practice, and he has a shoulder injury, might not be 100%. So you're talking about the Seahawks playing one of their biggest games of the season, now maybe down two of their better weapons on offense, or at least limited. And I just think this is the Packers game all day long. So I'm going to be on the Packers -2.5 here.
Me and Ben, we've never lost on the same side together. I'm just making that up 100%.
100%.
We've never.
It's got to be at least like 85%.
I have to at least put that out there. I got to be honest with the people. But we're going to win this one, Ben. I'm all over the Packers. I agree with you. Let's get it. Fellas,